It's time to upgrade. I'm changing this dinosaur for this little thing. Here today we have a new unboxing. As you can see here, I have in my desk DJI RS3 Mini. It's been a while since I got the gimbal. Since 2018 I got this DJI Ronin RS. It's the first, actually, I guess it's the first or second type of this type of gimbals. And I enjoy this gimbal a lot. The build quality is amazing on this thing. It's a beast. But the only problem is too big. And I feel the need to change it to the smaller one because I like to take my gimbal away with me, not be limited because of the weight. This thing, I need a whole bag just for it. But this one, probably I will put it in my camera bag and I can take it with me any place. And I'm about to take a trip to Philippines, and this will be very helpful because it's so light. For what I know, is about, I think, 0.8 kilograms. Comparing with this thing that is 2.5 kilograms, it's not convenient. So it's time to retire this big boy. Oh guys, I have been waiting for something smaller from DJI long ago. Payload of this gimbal can take my camera setup. Finally, something smaller that I can always carry in my camera bag. Here we got all small accessories like the mounting, some screwed cables, and another cable. And here we got the tripod stand. That is very tiny comparing with what we got before here. Side by side, it should be like this. So it's much smaller, as you can see. Now it's time to see the actually gimbal. Oh, it's so light. Actually, this compares maybe with my first DJI Osmo gimbal. Here guys, here we get the first DJI Osmo for phone. Actually, remember I bought it when DJI just released it, and the price of this DJI Osmo for my smartphone is exactly same as the price of DJI RS Mini 3. It's crazy, right? Put it side by side. It's time to open this thing, right? It's tiny. This is super small. Guys, check the difference. I cannot even believe this thing can take my Sony a7 IV. It's too small. And now let's see what we got here. The old beast, the first gimbal for phone of DJI, and now the RS3 Mini. And I got also an accessory for it. Here is it. I didn't buy the actually DJI official, how you call it, hand grip, because, okay, here I have the small rig one. The small rig one, I'm very happy with it. It's wood, it's good touch, but I want something lighter. Since this thing is so light, I want something lighter. That I got this one that is only a few grams. I forgot, I will put in the description here how many grams this thing have. And it's much lighter than the DJI officially sell. So I'm about to mount this one and see the difference of weight between this new DJI RS Mini 3 and compare it with this original DJI Ronin RS. It will just slide here, no problem. Okay. Wow, guys, see the difference. This is a dinosaur and this is the new technology. I love the innovation of technology because you always get better, smaller. Sometimes smaller is not the best actually, because I believe we'll have more shaking, so you need to control more your body, but I will take this 10 times more than this because I want to take this one for my travel. This one I will never put in my camera bag to take to travel. It's too heavy. Guys, just this thing is 2.5 kilograms, all the setup. This one, 1 kilograms, everything. 2.5 kilograms, 1 kilograms. Which one would you pick? Okay, sorry, Ronin RS. I'm taking this one. 2 kilos, 0.8 kilos. As you can see here, we have this part of my cage, my camera cage that is small rig. I can use my camera cage and I can use the quick release, and the gimbal can balance normal without any problem. Everything excellent. Tilt, roll and pan are perfect calibrated. Let me make it sleep. Okay. It's already calibrated. If I put it, it will stay. Okay, it will stay like that. And if I put it like this, it will stay like this. But in this one, because it's so small, if I put the cage or quick release, any of them, I think the space between the camera and the base of gimbal is too far. So it will influence it to just go and fall from behind. It's impossible to make it, even when I try to adjust it the max for it to not move, there's so much it can do. It cannot take your camera and the quick release, or your camera with cage and quick release. It's impossible to do that. But here, tilt is always failing, but the pan and roll I can calibrate normal. Just the tilt cannot be calibrated. Okay, now let's change to this gimbal. I like the quick release because you can just click and remove your camera, not like the one that DJI gave us. With this, you need every time to put, but you still need to adjust a little bit. But with the quick release, it will always be in the same place. You don't need to do the micro adjustments. Okay, here I will put the quick release that they give us with the DJI Ronin SC Mini. Here we can put it with our quick release. Okay, from this side. And now I will use my A7 IV. Now let's try to calibrate just this part. And if I put more, it's too heavy. Because you can see it's so big. The space between here, the camera, to here is so big. So this camera will always go back. There's nothing we can do in the tilt to make it not just want to fall back. Is not calibrated. Is definitely not calibrated. In this situation, let's remove the quick release and just leave the camera plus the better hand grip from small rig. Everything here is locked in place. Only the tilt is open because I want to first calibrate the tilt. Okay, now let's slide the Sony A7 IV here to the DJI Ronin S Mini. What did happen? Now it's falling top front. So let's try to adjust this part to keep it in the middle. For now, there's nothing we can do because the camera have this small space to stop it to not just come to the side. Even if I put the lens, I remove the lens hood to make it lighter, it's still doing the same thing. It's always come to the sides. So because of this, we cannot successfully calibrate the tilt of this gimbal with the Sony A7 IV plus the base of small rig or camera, any camera cage. But anyway, let's try now to remove this cage and try only our Sony A7 IV, a quick release on top of DJI's quick release plate. Okay, now let's remove the camera cage. Let's use the plate from the quick release. By the way, I believe that any quick release will be the same problem because quick release tend to put a little bit of distance between camera and gimbals. Now let's use only the camera and the quick release and see if it's possible to adjust the tilt. Now it's going all in front. Let's adjust this a little back. Even if I put it all back, it's still falling the back to the side. So the way to fix it could be if we could go even more, but this thing is just too short like this, so it's impossible to make it to not fall back. So that's the only problem with this part of the gimbal. You cannot stabilize the tilt side. So if you have any quick release plate on top of what DJI gave you, you cannot stabilize this part of tilt. There's nothing we can do about it. I tried all sorts of way. Maybe someone, if you did it successful, tell me how to, but at least with this setup it's impossible. I couldn't do it. I cannot do it actually. Okay, let's remove it now from this quick release blade. Now let's use only the Sony a7 IV with the plate that DJI gave us. Okay, now you can see it can balance, but we had to remove the base, the camera cage, and we need to not use the quick release plate. If we anytime do that, it will just come top to this side. But at least right now, I can stabilize it. It's time to wrap this video. It's so difficult doing all this testing. Guys, make sure, let's like, subscribe and comment, because oh man, preparing all these videos is not easy. But that's YouTube life. So peace, see you in the next one.